Now here we have a quote from Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius said, "A man's life is what his thoughts make it." So basically, it's a fundamental fact we have to keep in our mind that our life is basically an output of our thought. If you are thinking good, your life will be good. If you are thinking bad, your life will turn into a bad issue or bad event and nothing more. So it continues, there are many live examples before us who made their lives a blessing to others by their willpower and dependency on God. It is the fact you must remember that you should not be dependent on others, but in fact you should be dependent on God. It all depends upon our attitude. If we are courageous enough to count our blessings, we will be strengthened to use them to make others' lives a blessing. For such people, the odds of life will not be a reason for regretting but a reason to restart. Basically, if we are counting our life a blessing, we are sure, or it is a surety, we can help others to count their life as a blessing. We have to count our odds, even our odds, as a blessing. We must thank God that we have been limited in our odds, like we are not getting more odds as others are getting. हमें भगवान का शुक्रगुजार होना चाहिए कि हमें उतनी तकलीफ़ें नहीं जितनी दूसरों को झेलनी पड़ रही हैं, तो हमें उस समय भी भगवान का शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहिए. Most of us take Albert Einstein as a genius, but he was not always so. Einstein could not speak until he was 4 and could not read until he was 7. See, usually we gave the example of Albert Einstein, but we must know that he was not a great student in his study time or in his school life. In his early years, when he was 4, he was not able to speak. Like in the usual average age, a kid starts to speak or an infant starts to speak at the age of 1 or 2. But he was not able to speak even when he was 4, and he could not read until he was 7. This all caused his teachers and parents to think that he was mentally handicapped. He was mentally handicapped and slow. Eventually, he was expelled from the school and was refused admittance to the Zurich Polytechnic School. It might have taken him a bit longer, but most people would agree that he caught on pretty well at the end, winning the Nobel Prize and changing the face of modern physics. Einstein's unfailing courage and determination brought joy to the lives of many people and made their lives a blessing. Einstein's life was not a blessing. Like for us, I'm telling for us. In the early years, his life was not a blessing to his parents, his teachers. Even they were thinking that he was mentally handicapped or so. But eventually, like now you can see, he was a great scientist. Your study, your behavior in studies, all this will not determine your career. Your thoughts, your deeds, all those will determine your career. So he was, ultimately his life became a blessing, making our lives a blessing as well. Now because of his discoveries or inventions, we can say, in modern physics, has made our life bit luxurious and easier for all of us. Not everyone who is at the top today got there with success after success. More often, those whom history best remembers were faced with numerous obstacles that forced them to work harder and show more determination than others. This can be said for any field of life, whether it be education or art, sport or science, industry or business. Counting the odds of life as a blessing when they march towards success, they make their life a blessing to them as well as for others. So here basically the thing which is pointed here is all the obstacles, like we have not attained success at each step of our life. All the steps of our life does not lead to success. Even most of the times we fail. Because of our failures we are able to get our success. All the failures help us, give us the feedback where we are lacking, and then we will get the success. So with each defeat, with each fallback, with each failure, we should work more harder to attain the success. Then here one more story we have. Here is one more true story to inspire you who successfully counted the odds of life as blessing and made her life a blessing.